You guys requested more makeup videos, so I am giving you more makeup videos, you guys. Today, I'm going to be testing a bunch of new makeup that I got during the Sephora VIB sale. Some of this stuff I have already tried once or twice, and then some other stuff, this will be the very first time that I'm laying my hands on it, so it should be an interesting video. I'm very excited about it. So if you guys do like my makeup videos, I would really appreciate it if you would give them a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel and lets me know that you guys want me to do more makeup videos. And if you're not already, I would really love it if you would consider subscribing down below. But let's dive in today. We have a lot of really good brands. We have Hourglass Primer, Dior Foundation. I'm gonna be trying the Lawless Concealer using the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2 palette, testing all of the new One Size products as well. Plus I have the new Refi Lip Sculpt lip pencils to try out as well. Like I said, tons of good stuff. So yeah, definitely keep on watching. All right, so I need to pin my hair back. So I'm going to start with the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. I have used this several times. I don't really have another primer to test out today, so I'm gonna be going in with this one. This is a fairly new product though. I really love this primer, you guys. I honestly can't recommend it enough. If you have been considering this, definitely recommend it. It is so smoothing, but yet not sticky at all, and it doesn't have like that weird texture where it starts like rolling under your fingers if you're applying it with your fingers. It literally is the smoothest primer that I've ever put on my skin that still feels natural, and my foundation literally just glides over top. So yeah, cannot recommend that enough. For foundation, I'm going to be using the Dior Forever Matte Foundation. This says it is transfer proof, 24-hour wear, high perfection, full coverage, all of that good stuff, and of course it is matte. So I originally got this in the shade 3.5 in, and you guys, this stuff runs dark in my opinion, because this said it was for light to medium skin, and I mean, I could see how that would be medium, but I don't know why you would ever put the term light in front of this foundation. This, in my opinion, is definitely not light at all. I'm gonna be sending that one back. So I went up like several shades to the shade 2.5W, which is still, as you can see, too dark for me. So I don't really know what's up with this foundation. I guess I need a really light shade. I have used this once already, and I just mixed it with my NARS Light Reflecting Foundation, which is what I'm going to do again today. So I'm just gonna go in with a brush to buff this out. But yeah, the one time that I did wear this foundation, I felt like it did oxidize a little bit. That was my biggest complaint, like on top of it already being a little bit too dark for me, and mixing it with a lighter foundation, it also kind of oxidized even darker. I would just say, like, be cautious about the shades. Like, if you're gonna get this foundation, I would definitely say to go a little bit lighter than you would expect to. The finished foundation. As you can probably tell, it still is a tiny bit dark for my chest and kind of the rest of my body. My chest doesn't get as dark as the rest of my body, so usually I do end up bronzing that up. Plus, I'm hoping that the foundation will lighten a little bit once we apply concealer. For concealer, I'm going to be trying out for the very first time the Lawless Conceal the Deal Full Coverage Concealer. So this is like significantly lighter than the foundation. This is the shade Linen, and I'm doing like old school, you guys. Like, I do kind of a lot of concealer under my eyes. I do a little under my chin. So far, I do like the applicator of this. It's a little bit different. It's kind of like a doe foot applicator, but it's flat. So that's interesting. It almost feels like a spatula or something like that. But I mean, I don't mind it. I think it applied the product nicely. I'm just going to grab a beauty blender and go in and blend this out using one of my like little nude brown beauty blenders. Since my studio's downstairs and I don't have a sink or anything, I keep this little spray bottle of water and spray my beauty blender to get it wet. So the main things that I've heard about this concealer is that it is kind of drying. I have heard good things about the coverage of the concealer. I've heard a lot of people say that it is like very full coverage, but that it just might not be the most like hydrating thing. I've heard that if you do have like dry skin under your eyes, that it can like cling to that. I'm not sure if it's like such a light color compared to my foundation or what, but it's like a little bit difficult to work with. It's almost like it dries down fast. Like you have to like really work with it quickly, which I did not do. I kind of let mine sit for a minute, which I probably shouldn't have done. I applied more just to see like if I blended it out immediately, if it would be like any easier to work with, and it definitely is. So if you get this, I would just keep in mind that like it's a product that definitely needs to be worked with like right after applying. But other than that, I mean, I think it's okay. I definitely wouldn't say it is exactly like my other concealers that I like. I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like this concealer seems like it sits on top of my skin, whereas I feel like my Shape Tape Creamy Concealer kind of just like melts into my skin, into my foundation, and acts as one with my foundation. So I'll keep playing around with that. It could be the foundation concealer combination. If I use it with a foundation that I know I love, maybe I would feel differently, but those are my opinions right now. This is not new, but I also got this Charlotte Tilbury under eye and face color corrector. So I got the shade 2 Medium. So I heard someone raving about this in their recommendations for the dark areas underneath your eye. So I'm gonna put like a tiny bit on the corners of my eye where I do have a little bit of darkness. See, I have like a little bit of darkness and shadow right there. Let's go in with the Beauty Blender. It's very easy to blend out, which is good because I was nervous. I want just a subtle enough amount to correct the color, but not leave a weird tint to my face. But yeah, I think this does work actually. I'm happy about that. I feel like it definitely brightened up on this eye. I'm excited about this product. I don't have anything like that to color correct. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with powder. I'm going to be using this Givenchy Prism powder. I have used this once or twice before, but it is fairly new to me. I'm still testing it out. I got the shade number 3 because that's what it said matched my skin tone the best. It's basically the powder that has like 4 different shades, and it is also supposed to be like color correcting and just really mold to your skin tone and be the perfect powder. I've just been applying this directly with a big powder brush. It definitely has like a perfumey type scent. I do like the way that it immediately applies. It doesn't like pull up any of my makeup. It doesn't cling to any dry patches, nothing like that. I am gonna apply a little bit with this little puff, which is kind of dirty, but I don't really know how to clean puffs like this. Do you just clean them like your normal brushes? I'm just gonna apply this to my chin just to kind of really press it into areas where I'm like first gonna get oily. Honestly, with this powder, I don't know. I would be interested in maybe trying another color. I think that this color, while it's great for my skin tone, it's just very basic. Like it's almost like any other translucent powder, whereas they do have some that have like green, purple, like a lot of different other colors, and I think those might be more interesting and more unique. This one just seems kind of like a normal translucent powder to me. I honestly don't know if it's really worth it compared to like my Laura Mercier translucent powder. That is like still to this day like my #1 favorite. I've tried the Huda Beauty that I picked up during the sale and this one, and I still go back to my Laura Mercier. Just makes my skin stay matte longer throughout the day than any other powder. So I don't know. It's like you like what you like, I guess. I'm gonna go up and clean up my hairline. If you have dark hair, you know the struggle of like getting foundation on your hairline. I'm gonna apply 1 layer of setting spray, and then we'll do another layer at the very end. So I'm gonna fill in my brows with my Huda Beauty brow pencil, and then I'll be right back to apply a newer brow gel that I want to talk about. So we have our brows done, looking like a whole different person. I wanted to use this Refi brow gel on camera because I'm loving it lately. This is like their like laminating effect brow gel. So basically you open it, you get a spoolie like this. I'm just going to brush my hairs up on both sides of my brow. Sometimes when I'm feeling like extra, I'll do it one at a time so they don't dry down. Most of the time I'll just do it like this, quick. And then I'll screw the top back on, pop this part off of the lid, and use the brush to brush them up on both sides. And then I'll usually flip it around and do the comb as well, where I really like press down and make sure they're locked in place. Definitely recommend it. I think it's great if you want that laminated kind of look, but you want to do it super quick. This is a great product for that. So now moving on to eyes. I'm going to be using the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2 eyeshadow palette. I've used this twice now, I believe. I love it every single time that I use it, and I wanted to use it on camera with you guys, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. I think I'm going to go a little bit darker today. I'm going to use one of these cream shades, probably just the lighter one. So I'm going to go in with that as a base. So I haven't used the cream eyeshadows from this palette yet. That's the only thing I haven't used really. And you guys, if you've never seen my makeup videos, you know, I'm not a professional. I don't do this professionally on other people, whatever. I just give tips on what works for me. I'm pretty casual about doing it. I don't go crazy about techniques or whatever. I am going to go in with a tiny bit of the darker shade on the outer corner. And this part can be a little bit messy because we're going to go in, of course, with eyeshadow over top, kind of create that little like winged look. Probably should have done the eyes first today, but oh well. Creams are definitely very pigmented. I'm kind of doing a crazy look right now. Patrick and I are going out for a date night, but it's very casual, so I'm gonna be kind of overdone, but whatever. First and foremost, just going to go in with this shade here, which is the shade that I've been dipping into the most, and I'm just going to put that as a transition shade over top of pretty much all of the creams that we just did. Inevitably, this is gonna kind of blend out the creams that I just laid down too, which is fine. That's kind of why I put them there, to use them as a base so we don't have to necessarily apply so much powder shadow. They're blending out absolutely beautifully already. Just dipping into that same color. Gonna get a little softer around the edges. Doing the same thing over here. I'm going to dive into a deeper shade. I think I'm gonna go with this second to darkest one here and just place this in the very outer corner, kind of where we created that outer V. Gonna dip into this like deepest shade just with the same brush and just like kind of dab it like literally directly in that corner. Of course, we'll have to blend it out a tiny bit, but just don't get carried away blending. So really want to just focus this only in that one area. Gonna dive into this like lightest shade here with my original blender and just blend out those edges. Now I'm going to apply some of the darkest shade in here to my lower lash line. Okay, so now for the shimmers, which is my favorite part. So I think I'm gonna do a darker shimmer. I've tried almost all of these shimmers. Yeah, I think I've dipped into all of them, but this one I've used the least, so I'm gonna go in with that one today, all over the lid, which is like a copper color. And apply this on the lower lash line as well. So I dipped into this gold on the very end also to just kind of put over top. Alright, so I think that's it for the eyes. They are beautiful. I love them. Needless to say, I love this palette. Every single shade that I have tried in this palette is amazing, which you don't find that a lot with palettes these days. There's usually one or two that are a miss, but the cream shades, all of the shimmers, all of the mattes, just every single one is so pigmented and beautiful. Favorite palette that I've bought in years. I'm not even joking. Like, it is phenomenal. Let's move on. This is the new Makeup Forever Aqua Resist Graphic Pen 20 24-hour waterproof, blah, blah, blah. Just a normal liquid liner. So I'm gonna try to apply this. Like I said, not very good at it. Honestly, you guys, I'm not very good at liquid liner because of my eyesight. I don't have very good eyes. I have astigmatism and one of my eyes like cannot get to 20/20 even though I wear contacts. So it's just like always blurry. So if I have to close one and look out of my bad eye, it's like hard for me to see to do my liner. So anyways, not that you guys needed that explanation, but so I went ahead and lined my waterline with my Lancome eyeliner. I love that eyeliner. And so far, I mean, I do like this eyeliner. I think I might have to clean it up a tiny bit down at the bottom, but I do like the way it applied. I feel like it was easy for me to use. I did like a dramatic like cat eye sort of thing. So I'm gonna try to repeat it on the other eye. Okay, so eyeliner is done. Not gonna lie, it's looking a tiny bit messy in the corners. Eyeliner is like the thing that I'm the least good at, I would say. And I've never tried to do like that cat eye inner corner, but I really want to perfect that. And I'm really trying to test out different eyeliners to see which one is the one that is going to stay put in the inner corners the most, because I love my almond shaped eyes and I really love to emphasize those when I do full glam makeup. So I'm really trying to perfect that. So I'm gonna try it, and even if it looks like crap the first couple times, I've gotta, you know, gotta try it. Girls gotta try. I'm gonna put on lashes though and see what it looks like, but then I might go in with concealer and clean up at least this eye with the liner on the inner corner. So I'm gonna curl my lashes and then apply a coat of the Ilia Limitless mascara, and then I'm also gonna apply this to my bottom lashes. Now for lashes, I'm going to be trying out the Sephora collection weightless false lashes. This is in the style Flutter and Stare. I really like Sephora collection lashes, the original ones, and then they recently came out with these weightless ones, and I was like, that seems pretty cool. So we're gonna give these a try. They are very, very lightweight, like barely can feel them in my hand. I don't even think I'll have to trim these really. So I'm just using the Lily Lashes lash glue. Beautiful. We love when we put a lash on in one try. So already I can tell that I'm gonna love these. They are so lightweight and I really like this style, especially with the liner that I did. Let me put the other one on. So I have the lashes on. We are doing fabulous. Those lashes, 10 out of 10. They applied seamlessly for me. Love them. They feel great on my lashes. Let's move on to the face. This is going to be quick because I've spent so much time doing everything else. So I'm actually going to start with blush. I've liked starting with blush instead of bronzer first lately. So I have two new shades of the One Size Cheek Clapper 3D Blush Trios. I loved this formula. It was amazing. I have the color Firestarter here, which is beautiful. It's very, very bright. So I got a couple more like subdued shades. This one is in Freaky Peach, which is beautiful everyday peach. But then this one I was most excited for. It is the shade Fat Ass. And this is probably the one I will do today. I think it'll look really good with this makeup look. So let's dive in. I think I am going to go in with the cream shade here first. And I didn't re-wet my beauty blender, so it's honestly kind of dry. But sometimes I feel like that's fine because I don't want it to pick up any of my makeup. Ooh, that applied heavy. Super pigmented, just like the other shade that I have, and a beautiful formula. Doesn't pick up my makeup that I have on underneath. So I'm loving this still. I think it's a great formula. I am gonna go in with the powder shade, just the matte powder over top. The powder can really be pigmented. So I just like tapped off the excess. love these because I like that it comes with 3 different formulas. You get the cream, the powder, and the shimmer topper, and I think it's just beautiful. I am gonna apply a tiny bit of the shimmer topper just to like test it out. You see that? So you could honestly use this as a highlight. All right, guys. So yeah, very pigmented. Definitely a great product. I love these so much. So very excited to have 2 new shades. For bronzer, I'm going to be using the One Size Made for Shade Contour Trio. I've used this plenty of times. I love it. It is very, 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 very pigmented though. So it's either like you're gonna hate it because you like buildable bronzers, or you're like me where I want it done like super quick, like wham bam, thank you ma'am, I want my bronzer on. So that is why I love this product, because I can just go in with a light hand and immediately have a beautiful contour. I just dip into these 2 shades and start up here. Bam, I feel like you have a beautiful contour in a matter of seconds. So I'm gonna go do the same thing over here. See, there I applied a little bit too much, which it does look a little scary at first. I think that's why some people are turned off by this product. But I like literally, I'm like barely putting pressure, you guys. Just like blend it out like ever so gently, and it eventually does blend out. I feel like this is one of the only products that kind of gives you that like Kim K contour with a powder product and not using a sculpting product like a liquid, which to me sometimes like using a powder is just like easier and quicker. And then I am also going to take a larger bronzer brush and just kind of dip into all 3 shades and bronze my chest with this. Also, I've been using this to bronze my chest a lot lately to just match it with our Dior foundation. All right, so there we have it with the blush and bronzer together. Amazing, beautiful. Like I said, I've really been liking the way my makeup is looking when applying blush first instead of doing bronzer then blush. When I first got into makeup, everyone did bronzer, blush, highlighter, you know? So that's just always what I did. We're in like a space with makeup right now where like you don't have to follow all the rules. Like do what works for you, you know? Like I know on TikTok there was that thing where like people were taking their contour like all the way down to their lips and then applying blush like right here, and it's like it really drags your face down, where you can really lift up your face if you just apply it right here like I did. Makeup is always evolving. Like do what works for you, and what's working for me right now is doing blush first, then bronzer, and then now highlight, which I'm a little nervous because I don't want to mess anything up. And this is a new product. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. Well, it's a new product to me. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Beauty Light Wand. This is in the shade Pillow Talk, and it is just a beautiful highlighter. I did swatch this on my hand and it looked gorgeous. Like I said, I already did kind of like that blush topper over here. I did a little bit over there as well. So I really don't need a highlighter, but just to test this product, I guess I will go ahead and use it. But I'm very nervous about this. I think what I'm going to do is just put it on my beauty blender. It's gonna be hard for me to tell though. Or maybe I'll just, okay, so I see it dabbed right there. Yeah, honestly, I'm not liking that and it's scaring me. It's like lifting a little bit, I feel like. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just not gonna do that. I mean, it looks very pretty swatched, but I think this is gonna be more of a product when I'm doing like a no makeup look. So instead, since I don't wanna ruin my makeup that I just did, I'm gonna go back into my blush and just kind of redo this so I don't have any lifting, and I'm just going to use this blush topper as a highlighter because it is really beautiful as a highlighter. So anyways, I do think that Charlotte Tilbury highlighter is pretty, but I just don't think it is what I need right now. So anyways, we're doing a strong blush moment today. Last products are lip products. So I did want to try one of these Refi Sculpt lip pencils. I got the shades Blush and Fawn. So this little set comes with the lip sculpt and a lip gloss. And then I just got a separate lip sculpt in another color. So I'm just gonna swatch both both of these and see which I think would look best. I think I'm gonna go with Fawn just because we already have like a mauve eye look and very like peachy pink blush. So the shade Fawn is a little bit more nude, so I'm gonna go in with that. So it has like this little thing. I forget how to use this though, so I'm gonna have to go pull up the Sephora listing. So you're supposed to like set the lip liner once you apply it. Okay, so let's do it then. Very interesting product. That's what I love about Refi though. Their brand does a lot of innovative stuff. I love the way this applies on my lips right off the bat. Like, it's such a nice formula. It doesn't tug anywhere. Creamy enough to glide right over your lips, but it's like not too creamy to where it's like slipping and sliding all over your lips. Okay, so now I'm supposed to set this with the clear gel. Weird. This is like it feels like a silicone kind of texture. Strange. Okay. Well, that seems cool so far. This color, it's a little bit more cool tone and darker than it looked on my hand. So I kind of wish I would have went with the blush, but it's okay. So I'm not sure how much this matches, but over top, I'm just going to do the Giorgio Armani. I don't even know what these are called, like the new liquid lips or something like that. So this product isn't supposed to be like super long lasting or full coverage, I don't think. We'll see, but I just want to try as many products in this video as possible, and I have not tried this yet, so it's definitely lighter than the lip liner, but I kind of like that. It's like kind of separating. This is like glittery almost. This, like, now that I'm looking close up. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's like glittery or something. So I don't know if it's just the product that you set the lip liner with or what, but this is kind of looking a little patchy as I apply it. I'm not sure if it's gonna look like that with all lip liners, or it could be that texture, like I said, for the setting component of the lip liner. So I guess I'll leave it at that. I do have a gloss that we could use. We could either use the Refi gloss in clear, or I have this Tarte one, which I'm leaning towards the Tarte one. So let's do the Tarte gloss. This is the Glamazon gloss from like their new line. I loved the packaging. Just gonna apply this over top, and it matches pretty perfectly, so that's good. So that applied really nicely over top. So this Giorgio Armani is definitely a very creamy, almost like a suede kind of texture, but it's definitely not something that is meant to be like long lasting in my opinion. I could see this like coming off like within hours, especially like if you're drinking or anything, for sure. It's pretty. It's glittery almost though. Like I didn't really expect it to be like iridescent. For a second I thought the like glitter from my shadow was in my lips because that's how glittery it kind of looks. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. If you want a suede texture, instead of that one, I would probably recommend the Makeup by Mario Ultra Suede lip creams. If you're looking for something that really has that suede kind of pillowy texture, but that is going to be a lot more long lasting than something like this. And that one's probably more affordable. I'm not sure the price difference, but this one's Giorgio Armani, so I'm sure it's a little pricey. As far as this lip gloss, love it over top. I think it matches great. Kind of brought all of the lip colors back together. And the last thing, I'm going to set my face. I'm going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter Vitamin C Spray. And we are done. I just did my hair with the air wrap, so it's a little like all over the place, but here is the final look. So I'll get a little bit closer so you guys can see everything in detail. I really like how everything turned out for the most part. I think that most of the products were beautiful. As far as products, I 1,000,000% do recommend based on like either my first impressions or maybe it's a product I've used a ton, like the Hourglass Primer. Definitely recommend this. All of the one size guys new palettes I wholeheartedly recommend. I've been using these for a while now. The Made for Shade Contour Trio I just think gives such a beautiful contoured look. I literally cannot say enough good things about the Cheek Clapper blush trios. Those are amazing. I would definitely recommend the Sephora collection Weightless Lashes. They have so many different styles. They feel so good on my lash line. Very, very comfortable, and I love this particular style as well. Also recommend the Ilia Limitless Mascara. It's been my favorite for a while now. Cannot get enough of that. Immediate first impressions, the Refi Lip Sculpt lip liners I'm totally loving. I would love to see more shades from them. I think they only have about like 8 right now. The Lawless Concealer is actually wearing very well. I do like the way it looks even after I finished my entire makeup and piled a bunch of products on top of it. So I think that is gonna get a plus in my book, but we'll have to kind of wait and see how it wears. The Patrick Todd Major Dimension 2 palette, oh my god, I cannot recommend it enough. I've also been really liking the Urban Decay Vitamin C setting spray. I don't even have a top on it because I just have kept it setting out and I've been using it every single day. It's like a very natural finish. It's not dewy, it's not glowy, it's not matte, it's just very natural. Just kind of makes everything mold together and look seamless. So I've really been obsessed with that. Loved the lip gloss from Tarte. I thought that was beautiful. Some things that I'm gonna have to work with a little bit to see if I really recommend them is the Givenchy powder. I'm just not sure if that price point is worth it yet. Same with the Giorgio Armani lip cream. It's just an interesting product. And then same with the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Wand. For me, it just started lifting a little bit and I could not do that. So I did have to abandon that product. I did not get to really try that on my face today. The Dior foundation, honestly, like I can never find my correct shade in Dior, so I'm still kind of trying to figure that out. Until I do, I can't really sit here and recommend it to you guys. The Makeup Forever eyeliner, I really used it heavily today, and honestly, I like it. So far, I think it's really good. Eyeliner for me is really gonna depend on what it looks like at the end of the night or after several hours, so I'm not gonna say that I recommend it or not right now. It'll really just depend on what it looks like later. But yeah, so those are my final thoughts. Let me know what you guys thought about all of these products, the finished makeup look, and everything in between. Any makeup video requests that you guys have, leave them in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more beauty content on my channel. It is one of my passions. Love it so much. I test out a lot of products, so if you guys want to see that, you've got to actually watch them and give it a thumbs up and share them with your friends. Anything like that that really helps my channel grow, especially in the makeup aspect, because sometimes in the past my makeup videos haven't always gotten as many views as other videos. So if you guys want to see them, be sure to watch them, share them, all of that good stuff, so that I'll continue to do them. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. I have so much fun sitting down and chatting with you guys. I hope whenever you're watching this, you are having a fabulous day, and I will talk to you guys very soon in my next video. Bye!